And hey, everybody, welcome to our official IPSSA chapter meeting for the virtual chapter. So, good evening and welcome. Like I said, we don't have any chapter business to discuss tonight, so we're going to go right into the program. I did want to thank each of you for taking the time to be here. It shows the strength of our group and that we can come together, not just for the business at hand, but also for ideas that move the industry forward. I'm in love with this topic that we have tonight, and we have a guest speaker who's no stranger to pushing the limits of where pool professionals can go in this changing marketplace. Joe Trusty, CEO of Pool Magazine and poolmarketing.com. He's been at the front of the conversation on how technology, especially AI, can be used by service businesses like ours to get ahead of the curve. So you may have seen him at some of the different trade shows speaking on the topic. I know he's talked on it at quite a few of them, or possibly read his work on the future of pool marketing and business growth, because there's a lot of stuff out there that he's put out as well. One of the people who definitely believes in the culture of sharing versus the culture of gatekeeping. So I'm excited to have him here with us this evening and have him share his knowledge, give us some real tools we can apply in our own businesses. So please, if everybody, the IPSSA supported business portion of this meeting has adjourned, knock on wood, join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Joe Trusty. Joe, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well tonight. Thanks for having me on tonight to talk to IPSA members, Rudy. Really appreciate the invitation. I've spoken about AI in the pool industry at NESPA in Atlantic City, Master Pools Guild, United Aqua Group. Last year, I got to talk at BioLab's national conference and even wrote a great article about where AI and the pool industry and service industry connect for Forbes. But I'm excited to be able to chat with all of you guys tonight because, I mean, you're actually the ones that are out in the field, you're running routes and fixing equipment, and you're talking to homeowners. And whether you realize it or not, AI is already probably a pretty big part of your business. But let's get the scary stuff out of the way first. I mean, when most of us hear AI, I mean, I think the first thing that comes to mind isn't a pool truck. It's robots taking over the world. It's Chat GPT writing some kid's term paper. It's or a deep fake celebrity telling us to buy crypto on their page. I mean, but here's the thing. It's already here. It's not here in some sci-fi way. It's here in the real stuff that we're using every day. You just not might be calling it AI yet. I mean, the GPS app that rerouted you in traffic this morning, that's got AI connected to it. The photos that your iPhone automatically organizes by person and location, it's also deeply interwoven with AI. Your Google Calendar suggesting when to leave for your next appointment, that's also AI. I mean, we're using it. It's just really, really subtle, seamless. It's hiding in the software that we use every day. And it's saving us time in ways that we don't really spend a lot of time thinking about. Now, what's happening is those kinds of technologies, they're starting to make their way into our world, into the pool service industry. And it's not just at the corporate level or with big national companies. I'm talking about the independent operators and a lot of techs that are on the ground. And you may not have called it AI when you first saw it. Maybe it was a new scheduling app or a piece of equipment that started sending you real-time alerts or some new way of logging your service reports that just feels easier. But what's behind those improvements? It's really artificial intelligence, machine learning, predictive analytics, whatever label you want to slap on it. It's tech that's learning from you. It's adapting, automating, and doing a lot of the boring stuff in the background so that you don't have to. And this shift, it's not coming someday. It's already happening. The pool pros who are paying attention, they're already saving time. They're avoiding emergency calls. They're keeping customers longer, and they're doing it without working a lot harder because the systems that they're putting in place are working smarter. So let's get into it. I mean, let's talk about where AI has already started making a real impact in pool service operations, not 5 years from now or 10 years from now, not in theory, but right now, today. One of the components I'm going to talk about is a service software that a lot of people are using already called Pool Brain and their integration with a product called Water Guru. Now, let me start with one of those most exciting shifts I've seen, the integration between those two applications. You got Water Guru, which is a device that it installs right in the skimmer lid. It's not some clunky lab kit. It doesn't need a Wi-Fi bridge box or some fancy homeowner setup. You just drop it in, and now you've got daily readings, not estimates, or of actual free chlorine, pH, alkalinity, CYA, water temp, pump flow. I mean, real numbers, real time. Now, you pair that with a program like Pool Brain. It's a platform where there's a lot of techs and companies already using it for managing their routes and service logs and chemical history. And when these two start talking to each other, that's where it becomes really powerful. Now, imagine this. You're sitting at home with your coffee on Monday morning, and before you even hit the road, you already know that Mrs. Jones' pump hasn't run since Saturday. Her chlorine's trending low. There's a possible flow issue. You're not guessing. You're walking in or walking into a green pool. You're walking into it like a hero with the fix ready to go. And the best part is your customer doesn't even know that there was a problem. All they know is that their pool's perfect every single week. I mean, that's not just service. That's that kind of proactive service that I think we all strive for. And it's not only possible because of real time remote monitoring and smart service software working together. It's because pool pros are driving those demands that these applications are starting to work together. They want that kind of AI in their pocket. Now, there's another one that I don't know if you know about. That's Cleary and Clio. It's a voice AI assistant, and this is more like for folks in the pool renovation, pool construction end of the business. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been there. I mean, you're trying to tap into chlorine levels on your phone. Your hands are wet. You're sweating bullets. The sun's bouncing off the screen and the app just freezes. I think Clio kind of skips all that. You just talk. You tell Clio, chlorine is 2.5, pH is 7.3, add algicide, and Clio logs it. It gets it all into the system. I mean, you can even say schedule a return visit for Thursday or send an invoice for today's service and I'll handle it. Now, that may sound like a gimmick until you actually start using it. Then it feels like somebody took a clipboard, a phone, and your to-do list and kind of automated the whole thing while you were still brushing the walls of the pool. It's not about being fancy. It's about getting your time back and logging faster, skipping the paperwork, keeping your focus where it belongs in the pool and not on your screen. Now, there's another great software that we've been looking at quite closely. It's actually the first of its kind. It's the AI-based field service management software, and it's called Zuper. Now, with that, you got the operational side of the business. Zuper is what I like to call an AI-powered upgrade to your traditional field service management software. So let's say you've got 4 techs and a busy Tuesday going. I mean, well, most tools, you got to manually assign it a job. You got to figure out who's closest, who's available, who has the right parts in their truck. And Zuper handles all of that with the AI. I mean, you feed it your schedule, your routes, your job types, and it finds the most efficient way for you to run your business day to day. And I can tell you, I mean, hey, this heater has 3 failures in 2 months, maybe replace it instead of band-aiding it again. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you get back from the software. Or you get 3 emergency calls in the same zip code before lunch. I mean, maybe Zuper can automatically start shuffling your routes and reassigning techs in real time. This isn't just about dispatching, though. I mean, because there's a lot of different softwares that do that. It's about thinking ahead. And that's where Zuper has married the two parts, the AI, including tools that pool pros use every day, as it has machine learning going on, where it's like learning your operation, where you lose time, which customers are canceling and your attrition rates, which routes drain your gas, and it helps you fix those kind of inefficiencies before they start eating up all your margins. And it's about having it's like having a really smart office manager that works 24/7 and never forgets anything without having the overhead of having to hire that person, pay workman's comp, pay insurance, all of those things that come with bringing in a really smart office manager. The software does a lot of that. So let's get into like some of the hardware stuff. And I like to talk about this because this is what appeals to me. I'm into gadgets and tech and the actual equipment that goes in the pool. And this is the smart sensors and IoT. IoT is a term that pool pro are going to be hearing everywhere. I mean, that's Internet of Things. All right. So these aren't like replacements for tech. So we're looking at things that are like standalone smart sensors, devices. Like there's one called ICO Pool Monitor. There's another one called Clear. These aren't replacements for techs. They're kind of like the eyes and ears in the water when you're not there. So they track things like pH, chlorine, temperature, ORP, and more. I mean, sometimes hourly. So instead of walking into a mystery, you're walking in with a story. You can literally see what happened between your visits, the heat wave, the bather load, if there was a rainstorm, and treat the pool based on trends and not guesswork. So that means that you're not throwing chemicals in blindly. You're not doubling the chlorine just because you think it's been hot. You got data there. I mean, it's just giving you better decisions to base your service on. Plus, if something goes sideways, like a pump shuts off or chlorine suddenly drops out, I mean, these sensors alert you before the customer notices. And that's not just about service. That's what keeps 5-star reviews coming in. So let's get into some of the other stuff, like communication and reporting. Like, how much time do pool service pros waste every day writing the same notes over and over and over? I mean, I adjusted chlorine, brushed the walls, emptied the basket, over and over and over. They're writing this stuff every day. So now we got AI tools where they can take your log data, your readings, your before and after photos, and then generate a clean branded service report for your customers with one click. It looks really professional. It gets sent out automatically. You can even set up pre-written emails for things like, hey, your filter pressure is rising. We recommend a cleaning on your next visit. Or here's a photo of your pool after today's visit. Thanks for trusting us. I mean, the customer feels like they're getting taken care of. You look more professional, and no one on your team had to sit down and type that stuff out by hand. That's where like AI is bridging the
Yeah,
gap for a lot of companies. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that was an unintentional
Oh,
interruption.
okay. So let me break it down why these tools matter. I mean, you're cutting down on repetition. There's less manual testing going on, less logging, fewer repetitive office tasks. You prevent headaches like early alerts you get from the equipment and predictive analytics that stop emergencies before they start. I know pool pros love to be more proactive than reactive in that regard. So I mean, that's a great way to earn customer trust. It's a great way to have a differentiator in your pool service business that's different than everybody else out there. I mean, this is where we see the real connection happening. Using ChatGPT, that's probably every pool pro's first experience with AI. All right. But there's ways to even use the tools that you're using every day, like GPT, to optimize your pool service business. So let's lean into that. Now, I just want to zero in on that tool because I mean, it's probably the most popularly used tool amongst everybody on this call today. And I'm going to tell you that right now, if you run a pool service business, you should be using ChatGPT like it's an unpaid intern who never gets tired, never calls in sick, and never forgets what you told it last week. It's great for customer communication. Let's start with something simple. All right. You ever sit down to write a rate increase letter and end up just staring at the screen for 30 minutes because you don't know what to say without sounding and coming off like a jerk? Or you got a customer who wants to pause their service for some reason and you want to offer them some kind of retention incentive, but you're not sure how to exactly frame that. You can open up ChatGPT and type in something like, write a professional but friendly message letting my weekly pool service customer know that we're increasing our rates by $10 a month due to rising chemical costs. Boom. It's going to give you a complete draft, and you can tweak that with a sentence or two and personalize it, hit send. It's a 5-minute job. I mean, you could use it for appointment reminders, upsells. All right. So if there's things like heater inspections or filter cleanings that you want to try and upsell your customer on, it'll write those emails for you. It'll write the social media posts for you. It'll write the content for your website, responses to common objections like, why is my pool still cloudy? I mean, that's great stuff. Like if you want to put together like a FAQ or a list of like common pool problems that customers have in your region, ChatGPT can help you handle a lot of that. It handles things like holiday thank yous and customer check-ins and things like that. Even will provide your office staff with scripts for calling back a lead, or handling the part of the sales cycle that you're not that comfortable with. All you got to do is tell it the tone, the goal, and give it a little context, and it's going to take that blank page problem right off your desk. So there's other things that you can use it for, like operations and time savings. It's not just the emails. I mean, you could tell it, if, like, let's say you want to train a new tech, you could say, help me create a checklist for a new pool service technician's weekly maintenance tasks. I want you to include water testing, brushing, equipment inspection, and it'll spit out a fully editable SOP, something that you could drop into a Google Doc and then hand to the rest of your team. You can also have it create checklists for your spring openings or your winter closings, a step-by-step recovery plan for green pools. Again, the FAQs for your website. You can have it do help you optimize your routes and task summaries for the day. If you have that in an Excel format, you can upload that stuff to ChatGPT, and it's smart enough to go through those type of documents. One company I know used ChatGPT to write an entire training binder, something that would have taken like their staff like 40 hours. They did it and accomplished it in a few hours. I know that there's a bunch of different pool companies out there that are using it for marketing and their social media. So we can talk about that for a minute. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are spending a lot of time on social media, posting for your business, whether you're doing that daily, weekly, monthly. I mean, pool pros are really busy when it comes to servicing their customers. So where do you come up with time to create the content? And that's where ChatGPT can become your copywriter. You say, give me 5 Instagram post ideas for a pool service company in Florida during August, right? Or help me write a short Facebook post educating homeowners on why balancing pH is important in a saltwater pool. And guess what? It's going to give you full captions, hashtags, sometimes even photo ideas. You can actually generate the photos for your social media posts directly into ChatGPT. You can use it to write your Google business profile updates. You can use it to draft service descriptions on your website, create content for your email lists, come up with headlines for postcards or door hangers. I've even used it to write radio ads, scripts, voiceovers, taglines. I've had it design truck wraps. I mean, you can have it do all sorts of things that you never even thought about using ChatGPT for. You could feed it what you want, and it helps fill in the blanks. So I touched on this for a second. I mean, generating graphics and designs with AI, emails, reports, social media proposals. You can knock all that stuff out with ChatGPT. But the other side of the coin is the visuals, because we all know, I mean, words don't stop to scroll, pictures do. And if you want people to take your company seriously, if you want your social media, your website, your branding to make it look like you are the pro that you are, you need a clean, modern, sharp visual. And here's the thing, most pool service companies don't have a graphic designer on their payroll. You're not hiring a branding agency for $5,000. You're not trying to get a clean logo. You want a clean logo, some solid Instagram graphics, a homepage that doesn't look like it was built in 2009. That's where AI levels the playing field for a lot of pool pros. You could use it for logo generation. So there are AI tools like Looka, Logo AI, Brandmark. They can generate dozens of logo concepts instantly. You could tell it, my company name is Aqua Pros. We do premium weekly pool service in Scottsdale, and I want it to feel like a clean, modern, professional looking logo. And boom, you get options. You could tweak fonts, swap icons, change the color palette, download versions for social media, business cards, shirts, trucks, all in minutes using these kinds of tools. And I'm not going to lie, it's going to beat a lot of the high-end designers if you're paying top dollar. But for 99% of pool pros, it's plenty. I mean, you want to look way better than a clip art pool with a duck on it. This is the way to go. Social media graphics, AI tools like Canva. They have a component called Magic Design. Adobe's got a new thing called Firefly. There's a component called Vista Create where you can generate stunning graphics using just a sentence. You could tell it, create me an Instagram post for a pool service company reminding people to check their filter pressure, or design a summer themed flyer for a monthly cleaning promo with bold text and a water background. It'll spit out the whole post already signed for Instagram with space for your logo and a call to action. If you want to turn it into a story slide, you just click a button. If you need a matching Facebook post, that's another click. I mean, that's where these AI tools are really becoming essential to pool service people who don't have a lot of people on staff and want to accomplish a lot of these tasks and don't have the marketing budget to throw into hiring a marketing agency or a person to sit there in that seat all day doing this stuff. It kind of levels the playing field for people that are working with a guerrilla budget like that. I mean, especially when it comes to like designing content for your website. I mean, maybe your current homepage has like that one blurry stock photo, all right, that everybody has of that guy cleaning a pool. I mean, you've probably seen that photo everywhere, and maybe like very, very limited description about your services and what it is that you do. I mean, you could use a lot of these tools, even tools like Durable, Bookmark, Canva websites, to create a modern mobile friendly website in AI in minutes. And you could say, I'm a pool cleaning business in Tampa. I want a website that highlights weekly service, includes a quote form, and has a clean, beachy vibe. All right. It'll give you a homepage layout, placeholder text, image suggestions, a modern design, and all of that's baked in. You plug in your info and you're good to go. You don't like the stock photos, you can use your own, or you can use the AI image generators. I use them a lot. There's programs like Leonardo, Midjourney is another popular one, Replicate's another popular one to create custom backyard visuals. You can literally generate photorealistic pools and spas and patios, even trucks with your logo parked right in front of the house. This is stuff that used to cost thousands of dollars and take weeks. Now you can spin it out in a few seconds, a few minutes. There's other stuff that you could do. Really creating branded content at scale is what I like to do with AI. You don't have the time to create a different iteration for all these different platforms. And now with AI, you don't have to. That's where AI really excels. You can build a branded content template in a program like creatify.ai. And that's a great one for, I think every pool service pro should have a creatify.ai subscription. That's a great way to generate a ton of content for your business, really professional, without spending a ton of money. It's a really nominal cost for what you get. And you're able to spit out different ads and different videos for all sorts of different platforms. So it'll create like the stories, the reels, it'll create the Facebook posts, it'll create content for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, you name it. Anything that you want to be on, you can create content with creatify.ai. And that's the benefit of using a lot of these AI tools. I think that's really where it comes into play for pool service pros. I mean, I'm not going to talk to you about like robots and, or are they coming for our jobs and stuff like that. That's not going to happen anytime soon. I mean, we're talking about the next 10, 20 years of being in business. I think the AI potential has more to improve our operations, improve the way we do business, than it does in the fear factor of like, hey, is AI coming for our job? Because I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I mean, for one, how tough is it to get the customer to trust using a foreign piece of pool equipment that they've never heard of? All right. Or, a new pool service tech that's new to your route. All right. That's never been in their backyard. Can you imagine sending a robot back there to do their pool service? It never happened. At least not in my opinion, not in the next 20, 30 years. I don't see that coming around the bend. But there are different things that are coming with AI that I feel like, we need to pay attention to. All right. Such as, let me get into what's coming around the bend. Smarter equipment. Pumps and heaters, they're going to be self-diagnosing. We know that's coming. Parts ordered automatically, that can happen within the next 5-10 years, as we see more integrations adopting AI as part of like the business operations end of the business. AI field assistance, that's already part of the equation today. And I think we're going to see more of that happening within the next 5 to 10 years. I think that's going to become something that's native to almost every single pool service company's business. is the AI field assistant aspect of being able to talk to your phone, having it log notes of what you're doing in the backyard, and having that log that stuff to either your CRM, your CMS, or your business operations software, your field management software. I think that one thing that's right around the bend is probably the future goggles that we're seeing. I know they look funky right now. We've all seen them on Facebook, the goggles, the meta universe. Not everybody knows what that's for, but I think the future goggles might be something that we see maybe guiding techs through complex repairs live out in the field. Maybe that's something that it spots with augmented reality and can help guide you through that process. I think that would be super beneficial. Smart homes, we're seeing a lot of pools integrated already with Alexa and Google Home. We can expect customers already expect to have their pool connected to a lot of these different devices. I think that's going to become more and more prevalent within the next 5 years. And my practical advice probably for you guys, who just want to start small, all right, stick your toe in the water with AI. I mean, pick one area to really focus operations optimization. That could be your service reports, your scheduling, your marketing, like I said before. I mean, for you guys who are on the call, I mean, obviously, pool service is your business, but it helps to stay curious about technologies like AI and how they can impact your bottom line, and can they improve your margins? Can they handle the minutia and the repetitive tasks that you're maybe hiring somebody or paying somebody to do these things right now, and thinking about in the back of your mind, hey, could AI help take that, off their plate and maybe free them up to do something more useful, or free that budget up for you to be able to apply it into a more useful area of your business. I would focus in incorporating AI, focus on things that add value and not really replacing people so much. I mean, AI is not meant to replace people, but it is meant to give us an edge and handle a lot of those repetitive tasks. I mean, your edge using AI is based on trust and relationship. AI, I feel like, sharpens that blade for people because it gives them more tools and more ammunition to go out there and be more and more effective. I mean, at the end of the day, AI, automation, video, predictive scheduling, all of these things, it sounds like, we're halfway to replacing people with a robot anyway. But let me be clear, that's not what this is. Again, this isn't about replacing pool pros. It's about supporting them. It's about taking those repetitive time suck aspects of your job, the paperwork, the scheduling, the rewriting of the same email that you've done 40 times, and handing it off to a system that doesn't sleep and doesn't screw it all up. I mean, that's where this technology is a kind of free you up focus on what really grows your business, delivering great service, building relationships, showing up like a pro, staying one step ahead of your competition. Those are the things that you want to focus on, because the truth, AI isn't coming. It's already here. The companies who are adopting it now, they're not waiting around. They're moving faster. They're communicating smarter. They're out there looking sharper. They're closing more deals. They're keeping up with their customers better, and they're doing it with a lot less stress. The best part is you don't got to go in all in on day one. Like I said, start small, use ChatGPT to maybe write your next rate increase letter, use Canva to make one of your posts, test it out on test a smart sensor out on a pool and see how that works out. Try these things out incrementally and see how they add value to your business. And you'll see the difference incrementally. I think that's where we'll see AI being adapted, is one step at a time. There's not going to be a mass landslide or a huge wave of AI adoption. I know we hear the word AI everywhere we go. It's almost ubiquitous at this point, but I see it incrementally impacting our industry at different levels. The biggest way it's going to impact you who are sitting on the call here is in the ways that I described in your marketing and the things that you're doing there, your business operations, maybe optimizing routes, things of that nature. All right. I'd like to thank you all for letting me speak with you today. If you would love to dive into any of these topics or these tools, you can come and find me at any of the trade shows. I'll be at Las Vegas this year. I'll be in Atlantic City. I'll be in Orlando later on this year. We'll have a booth down there. And I hope to see some of your faces at some of the events that I'm at. Thank you so much, IPSSA, for letting me chat with you today. My email address, if anybody's interested in any of the tools that I described, you can email me at jtrusty@poolmagazine.com. Thanks.
Thank you, Joe. Great information. Definitely appreciate you being here. I like the fact that people are skeptical of AI because the folks that aren't really get a jump on things, a real good catapult for them to get out ahead on this technology. And with any technology that comes out, there's always those that are tech adverse, if you will. And they're going to be busy playing catch up while the folks that are here are going to be the front runners. And I think that's fabulous. With that said, please do go to IPSSA.com if you have not already. Join, become a member, support the cause so that we can continue to bring to you great sessions like the one that we've had today. And we do this on a monthly basis. Hopefully I'll see your faces at each of those going forward as well. Anybody have any questions for me on anything? No? Fantastic.
Thanks again, all.
Meeting is adjourned. Joe Trusty. Thank you so much, Joe. Again, jtrusty at poolmarketing.com.
Thank you.
Take care.
Very interesting.
Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.